Hello everyone, this is Youth Dragon, and welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Heroes. Here we are today, doing some more summoning. This time around we have this month's Mythic Hero banner, featuring Mythic Freyr, definitely trolling all us Astro Season sufferers. But for this banner, we're primarily going colorless because they're all mythics. We have none of them, and they're all pretty decent as a one of. So our primary objective today is to go for 2 Medius. One, of course, to just have one, and the other one for possible Canto control and defense res ideal 4 fodder down the road if we want it. Technically speaking, if we want specifically Canto control, then summoning for Celine, for example, on her debut 3 Houses banner would be cheaper, but again, this is more because of the shared focus. Again, we don't have Arvel, decent unit, Elamine, questionable unit going for it. Going to need remix already, Kappa. But after that, we'll be going for blue, then green, then red, for hopefully pretty clear reasons. So here we go. Shouldn't be a walk. It probably will not be a walk in the park. We are budgeting about 400 orbs, but I should expect to use at most like, I want to say 800 orbs or something ridiculous like that, because welcome to Mythic Heroes banners trying to summon for a specific focus unit, let alone in colorless, the worst color to summon on. But don't have much of an option for that, so we're gonna get plenty of healers along the way. That's for sure. Maybe we'll get some of the newer colorless units in the 3-4 star gold, but kind of doubt it. As for Freyr himself, as a combat unit, pretty solid. Debuffs plenty of attack. That's pretty meta nowadays. Instead of buffing your own stats, just debuff the foe's stats. Pretty straightforward strategy there. It's honestly pretty effective. Like, of course, there's a particular unit that recently dropped into the game. Okay, we get a Valuria. Is this my second Valuria? Probably. I'm pretty sure I have a copy somewhere. I think my current copy is minus attack or something, so this is certainly something. That's for sure. But going back to the shenanigans, what was I even talking about? We're so brain dead. We're pretty close to reset as well, so that is definitely also a thing as well. This is weird because we want to avoid getting a 5-star here, so I don't know if blue or red's better. I think it's better to pick, I don't know. I guess if we were to get pity broken, we'd want to choose blue. Okay, we get Elise. I don't think. Probably first copy? Yeah. That's cool. Completely neutral. Sure. We'll take it. Yeah, I completely forgot what I was talking about. 10 out of 10. Oh well. We're going to the Mythics themselves. Medius. I mean, the thing about Medius's on-guard shenanigans is, of course, it's a at start of turn effect, which it seems like, given Mythic Freyr, intelligence systems are probably going to do things to troll at start of turn effects, because of course they're pretty darn strong, because assuming false start isn't present via Elamine, they're gonna proc at the start of the turn. You just need the turn to start, which there's always a guaranteed turn 1, unless you're the enemy phase unit, or unless you're the defending units and anima defense, or sorry, Ether Raid's defense. then yeah, you may not get a turn 1 to get your at start of turn skills proc. So that is definitely a thing. Funny enough here, I'll pause to get rid of the time to go to bed notification, 10 out of 10. Alright. Funny enough, again, because we goofed, we never actually got the solve on the quest, so now we got him. Speaking of never got them, we haven't gotten a focus unit yet, and we're approaching the standard territory. Actually, getting 10% is more common than you would like. And we get this, so blue it is. Cable's fine, it's not a focus. It's probably a win, given how much we're almost 100 orbs in and still no 5-star. Welcome to Faye Gotcha in a nutshell. Because we started with 25-40, right? We're getting close to 100 orbs territory. I think the worst you can get in general is roughly around, well, it's not 200 orbs, but once you get to 200 orbs and you still haven't pulled a focus 5-star on the color you're sniping, you're definitely on the super unlucky spectrum. Hopefully we don't get there, but yeah, we've already budgeted 400 orbs for this at least. Here's the 10%. And we're also not seeing too many colorless orbs, lots of singles, which means we're just using more orbs than we would like. But anyways, back to Medius. Of course he has Canto control. That is definitely nice for poor people like us who have a hard time summoning for fodder, because we're trying to collect as well to some degree. I'm not like trying to get one copy of every unit in the game, but it's like if we're going to get a unit in the game, I don't want to just fodder them all. Here we get Arvel, so that is definitely a thing. Sure, definitely alright on Anima defense. The big thing is he buffs res, which of course helps deal with units like Elamine. Plus speed is actually not completely terrible, but yeah, we're not gonna worry about that. In terms of summoning the rest of the circle here at 10%, our best case scenario summoning it here is to get like if we went full circle, is to get Byleth, or not Byleth, Male Allure. Gosh darn it, we're so brain dead. And then probably rearmed Ingrid, and then maybe Nurse. I don't know. We're just gonna back out. There's not really a great upside. Or we could have gone Freyr as well, but I'm not particularly concerned about that. Maybe we should have gone for it just to have them for when you need a bonus unit, for example. It's always a boon, but from a E3's offense perspective, we honestly aren't, again, not really trying that hard. There are weeks where we just don't even use a bonus unit on our team. So it's not exactly, offense is not exactly our priority. Neither is defense, but it's nice to have a reasonably decent defense. Not just a defense that everyone just gets a free win on, but so far we are not getting very free mythics here. Pretty expensive, of course. That one Arvel was about 100 orbs or so. Not ideal, but what can we do about it? It's Faye Gotcha, and we end up getting Freyr anyways, so sure. Faye Gotcha in a nutshell. Feels bad, man. In before minus attack. Neutral's fine. It's a win. I don't know if we're actually gonna use him, but the thing with Freyr is, of course, he's a cav, and fitting cavs on defense, beast cavs at that, kind of complicated. Especially if people want to restart using up like harmonized catcher balls, then you're definitely going to have an interesting time fitting in the team. Because we're kind of spoiled for choices for mythics at this point on who to check on defense. So of course, if you want to use a fair save. Far save unit, that's also a mythic. You got Mortis. You have Mirabilis, Mirabilis? However the heck you want to pronounce her name. She's a dancer, and of course her remix is soon inbound trademark. So she could definitely be pretty strong as the dancer on animal defense. 2 souls now. Okay. And at the rate we're going, we may have to do a berry clear late. I cleared about 85 slots. We're getting a lot of dupes so far. I think it's like 4 units now or something we've seen dupes from summoning. But going through the mythics, we got Arvel. He's just a suggestion triangle man, and really going for those one-shots unless you're going with harmonized catcher support and whatnot. Or he's really just going for one-shots, because the thing about duality is, sure, it gives him attack and res +9, but in this day and age of the meta, he does not have a very solid attack stat. He's up against a unit that debuffs the standard, the quote-unquote standard now, like 20+ attack during combat. Yeah, that suggestion triangle isn't going to really help you that much, because, well, you don't have very much attack. Because it got debuffed to the floor. Oh yes, it's time for us to spark our first Medius. We're not doing too hot today so far, but that's just how we're starting here. We could end on an absolute fire run. Just summon a bunch of the focus 5 stars in like 50 orbs, you know, just back to Kappa. That's super improbable. Gotcha does not care what you've done prior to the current summoning, aside from, in this game's case, the pity rate, which is non-negligible as it gets higher, but it's really a misnomer. Getting pretty unfortunate here. At least we do have 2 focus 5 stars to show so far, after being 200 orbs in and counting. But that is very poor rates. At this point, we should, you know, be closer to around be closer to around 4. And we do pull an Elamine here, which is cool. I'll summon the blue orb for the heck of it, just for fun. Again, the top side is very minimal, or the upside's very minimal, so we're just doing it for fun. Oh wait, we have to check IVs. Ah yes, minus speed, just what we needed. At least it wasn't minus res, right? So we currently have 2 out of the 3. Focus 5 stars, not too shabby. But again, statistically not ideal. But yeah, Arvel, the guard is definitely super nice, and granted, if we give him like special Spell 4 and accelerate, for example, Ruptured Sky, or if we want to be hyper greedy, something like Glacies with his super high res, if you stack it up, then yeah, he can definitely contend to one-shot some units. Of course, Party Fighter is a thing, but it's less common now than it used to be. People are definitely venturing out to other tactics for hitting end turn, but it's still a thing. It's just, honestly, from our defense replays, we're definitely seeing it much less often. And for us, it doesn't really matter, but it's fun. Then of course we have Elamine, false start. Started out super strong. As long as it procs, it's super strong. That's the problem. The proc condition. Having enough res to beat the enemy is definitely difficult when you have solid mythics like Arvel who buff all of your Anima Bless units and applicable legendary heroes by 5 for each copy. Of course, generally speaking, most people are only going to use, well, 1 Arvel, but that's still something. Not looking great here, though. We are approaching meme territory. At most, in general, you should expect to spend no more than 400 orbs to get 1 copy of a specific focus hero on these kind of banners. But let's just say, yeah, we don't want to break our pity right here. We gotta go red to get Rye instead. What was I saying? Right, 400 orbs to almost guarantee. Of course, if you've been around the channel long enough, watching some of the streams and whatnot, yeah, you know that it can go longer than 400. There's been a couple of instances where we've had like a 700 plus orb drought for getting a single copy of a unit. These banners are not forgiven if you're going for short hauls. I mean, heck, in the long haul, generally speaking, most of the time you're not going to fare well because you will get those super hot streaks. Shout out to way back when we had absolutely bonkers rates for like the first 6 legendary Nanas. Speaking of Nana, hello. And then after that, we had pretty garbo rates to still end up better than average rates, of course, because the start was absolutely bonkers, but yeah. It's super hard to statistically get super solid run all the way through and just come out super on top of rates if you're pulling for 11 copies of a unit. We're currently almost 300 orbs in, and we still haven't gotten a single Medius. And we're once again approaching 10% again. Welcome to Fate, gotcha. Not a great day to be summoning for us here. That's how it goes sometimes. That's why we have to stockpile so many orbs. I was thinking about pulling for 1 copy of Duo Shamir, but just like looking at the statistics, I'd have to budget about 300 orbs for that, and just in perspective, here we've spent basically 300 orbs, and sure, we've gotten pretty garbo rates, but at least we've gotten Arvel, Elamine, Freyr, and then I guess Valoria as well, but yeah. Oh, it's exactly 300 orbs, actually. That's cool, I guess. What's not cool is our pity rate constantly going up the side, but again, unfortunately, it's pretty common to get up here. It's not ideal. Here's 10% again. And again, we're not getting too many colorless orbs, which is not ideal, because of course when we break our pity rate up here, we want to have as many colorless orbs as possible, just to have at least the chance of getting more than 1 of the colorless focus units, but Medius is hiding out. He's on guard is a little too good for us, apparently. So that's the thing. And of course, going back to Elamine, she does have healing capabilities in Holy Ground, which is definitely nice for us with our meme 1 team only challenges. This season we're using, oh, here's another Elamine. Unfortunate. This is plus res, so that's solid. We'll probably go with that one for pretty straightforward reasons. And once again, we are back to square one, going for Mr. Medius. So we're currently about 300, well, exactly 330 or 329 orbs in. Still no Medius. They gotcha. And this is why 700 orbs, 800 orbs is about the worst you should expect to get 2 copies of a specific focus unit on this banner. We're about halfway around that region. It's basically you get memed over twice in a row is essentially the idea behind that. At this point, I think we're trying to just get one Medius. We might have to increase our budget to 500, which again sharply increases our odds of getting a Medius, but it certainly by far does not guarantee it. And reset just happened. Maybe that'll change our luck. Copia. Oh boy. Yeah, this is definitely not ideal. I was definitely expecting at least 300 orbs to get around what I wanted. 2 copies of Medius, at least 400 orbs, but yeah, to not even have one so far is definitely concerning. Of course, we could just get 2 out of 3 here, Kappa. That's definitely gonna happen. Just watch right here, first one. We're just getting, we've gotten quite a few Merlins here, or as I like to call them, meme-liness. It's more like the 5th copy or something today, maybe 4th only. Gaius has been around as well. This is why the Spark is super strong, because we could have guaranteed a Medius already, and then we're just summoning for the second one. But of course, we don't have the Fate Pass. So, we're stuck trying to get the first one. And we are very close to the 400 orb range, which, mind you, again, is already in the super unlucky territory. Such be our luck today. That's how it goes sometimes. Yeah, out of the 3, we'll definitely be probably using Medius the most. The thing with Arval is we probably would have to run Special Spiral 4 and somehow pre-charge a special on him against opposing Elamine teams. Yeah, I guess he does buff res, so that's a thing, but that sounds pretty difficult. Arval himself, I guess, can compete, sort of, but not really against Elamine. They're both on some sort of a level ground in the sense that they're both mythics, and the only way they can really stack more stats by being bonus. But we're definitely going to use Medius, probably even Chaos Season as well. Just being able to deny chip damage is absolutely insanely powerful, and yes, we do have to do a barracks cleaning, so be right back. Alright, we're back to 75 slots and suffering 401 orbs in and no Medius. The real question is if he's a focus unit on this banner. Lol. Yeah, at this point I think we're probably going to settle for 1 Medius, and if we want Canto control, we're going to look elsewhere later down the road. Oh boy. We're hitting 10% pretty often here, which I don't know what to think about that. It is a Legendary Heroes banner. Statistically speaking, even if you're sniping a color, you generally should not be going back-to-back 10% every time. This is really bad, but oh well. You get Valbar at least, no focus, 5-star to annihilate our pity rate. But yeah, all of our orbs are just gone, and now we're not even seeing colorless to meme, so that's not ideal. At least we're not breaking our pity rate yet. Keyword is yet. At least we do get a colorless here, and at this point, it seems like the game is going to meme and keep giving us Ella meme, as I like to color. Oh boy. Well, triple colorless is about as good as we're gonna get up here, given what we've seen so far. Can we finally pull 1 Medius? And we have to sit in the think tank for like 10 seconds to figure out if we want to even go for a second copy at this point. But again, the game does not care if it took you 600 orbs to pull the specific copy, or the specific focus unit you're looking for. The next set of summons are all the same. Well, not exactly, but you get the point. Delphia, sure. Sure. 4-star special focus better than nothing? Question mark. Oh boy. Oh, this is pretty much as good as it's going to get. 10.5 on this circle, and we're probably not going to get it. In fact, we're probably going to go up to 11%. And we get Innis, sure. I'm pretty sure we have Innis already. I just don't use him because he doesn't have a lot of attack. And, well, this guy's plus attack at least. That's cool. Double Maria. Ah, yes. Calling Elamine. Nope. Just the Norn. And alright. Oh boy. This is all we have to say at this point. 11%, and at least we're getting colorless orbs, and we do get another Arvel. Unfortunate. Honestly, I don't know if I would want to merge Arvel or Fodder for Tempo and Oath. Which honestly, for example, we don't really use Legendary Julia as much nowadays, but that would be pretty solid on her. Although again, Light and Dark is pretty solid, not gonna lie. And like once again we get up here and only one Lester. And still no Medius. Welcome to Fake Gotcha. Alright, what's our ideal scenario off of green? We would probably want Celine and then another Celine, so we have Kanto control on her. Yeah, the odds of that pretty negligible. And red's clearly a dud. Do we waste orbs here? Trying to think. The other focus, we have Atri, which is who's completely useless for us right now until maybe her remix where she could get better fodder. Yeah, no, I think we're just gonna back out. Odds of us hitting one of the focus units are pretty high, but yeah, like, I would not care if we got Thor. It would basically have to be double Celine, and that's not probable enough for me to consider that, so. Back to suffering, trying to get one Medius. Currently approaching 500 orbs now, which is what our extended budget was set to. And finally we do get him. Oh boy, it only took us almost 500 orbs. A gotcha on these banners is absolutely insane. Minus res is about as meme as I can get, but so be it. We're of course going to keep summoning in the circle because we're already here on colorless. And who knows, there's the off chance we get two Medius in the same circle. Pretty unlikely, but... Ow. Problem solved, everyone. Ah, yes. The key to all of our problems. Answer. Odds, he's also minus res. Nice. Plus speed. Better than minus res. I'll take that. Yeah. Well, overall, I would say not too shabby. If we look at our overall summoning here, we ended up getting, of course, Valyria, 2 Arvels, 2 Elamines, 2 Medius. That's pretty solid, just completely even across the board. And then Delphia, Innis, and of course we did get the new Freyr, Mythic Freyr, which is cool, I guess. That's certainly a thing. So, at this point, so that means we used 492 orbs, which honestly not terrible because we clutched up at the end and got 2 Medius in the same circle. Things could have gone pretty bad from here on out, probably dipped well under 2k, but we'll take it, because at least it happened. And we'll just do some things here while I think about if we want to summon for Duo Shamir in a future episode. I'm not sure, we'll see. So that's going to be it for this episode. Thanks for watching. As always, this is ETH Dragon, and hope to see you all next time. Bye!